All right. I think we are officially live here. Hopefully, we are live. And we are coming at you from the Home 2 Suites. We're actually in North Carolina, and we are at a beach volleyball camp. So I figured I would stick to the schedule and do our scheduled coffee talk. And today we're gonna, fingers crossed, we keep a steady connection here. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a recent, actually very recent, launch to test a product process, and we're talking very, very tiny, and we're talking pretty decent results. So that's what I'm gonna be sharing with you guys here today. Also, I'll be sharing a couple of stories or examples from some past launches that we've done through email only. One of them very, very small as well. The other one's a little bit bigger, but really just some great results. One of the reasons why I'm doing this, one of these or this topic, is because we are going to be doing a workshop, a free workshop, brand new. And we're going to be doing that on Thursday, July 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So we will be doing that. If you guys are not yet registered and you want to register for that, let me get the link up here. It's right there, the email list building workshop. This is different than our email list building fast track workshop, which that was a paid workshop. This is going to be a free workshop. And it's going to be really us peeling back the curtain and giving you guys the play-by-play on how we've built a list in a weird niche from 0 to 9,332 subscribers. We've only shared this inside of our academy. But what I'm going to do is we're going to test this idea of training for showing you guys how we were able to do it. Hopefully it'll be beneficial to you. And then we have something really cool that we're going to be offering. So if you're at all interested in that, definitely make sure that you get registered, brandcreators.com/workshop. And we can go ahead and hang out on Thursday, July 15th at 9:00 p.m. Eastern time. And any of you that have been around and kind of followed what I've been doing for the past 5 years, 6 years online, I was doing workshops every Thursday for about 3 years. So I decided to kind of go back to my roots and give it a try again, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how well it does. And I'll kind of share with you guys later what we're looking at and why we decided to do this. If you guys are in Brand Creators Academy, we're going to be showing you guys the behind the scenes regardless, just because we're always testing, whether it's on Brand Creators, whether it's on our niche sites, whatever. And we'll be going ahead and sharing that with you guys inside the academy. So brandcreators.com/workshop. And that's where you can get registered. You can get all the details over there as well. All right. So we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off officially. And we'll get rocking and rolling. And guys, if you can do me a favor, just let me know if you are here live. Let me know, is my audio coming through okay? Is the video coming through okay? That would be helpful. And I'll give it a second here. Take a sip of coffee, because this is a coffee talk, by the way. Let's go ahead and get ready. Let's see here. You never know with Facebook if I'm really streaming or if I'm just talking to my screen. You just never know. So let's give it a second here. Yep, Jana. Thanks, Jana. Helene, all is great. Good to see you, Helene. Hopefully the move went well for you and you're situated now in your new place. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and kick this thing off. It's funny that this thing's coming through okay, because I don't have any external mic. I have my webcam, which keeps trying to auto-correct the brightness. So if you guys ever think that you can't do a live or you can't record because you're on the road, I'm doing it right now. Okay, so I'm living proof that you can actually do it. And there is nothing perfect here at all. I've got terrible lighting, which I'm not a fan of. My like I said, my webcam is kind of adjusting in and out. My background isn't too bad back there. I'm in a Home2 Suites, which I kind of like these. These are actually, they're pretty long and got a full kitchen. But we're here today while my daughter's at camp. She's at a beach volleyball camp, which yesterday went amazing. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna kick this thing off. Here we go. All right, guys, welcome back. Today, what I'm going to be sharing with you is the simple email launch plan to test product ideas. And I'm going to share with you a few different examples, but I'm going to share with you a recent example. And it wasn't done by me. It was actually done by my son, my 23-year-old son. And the cool thing is he did this at first without me even knowing that he was doing it. And then after he started to build the email list, which is very small, guys, very, very small. You guys are going to be blown away when I share with you the numbers and then what ended up happening from the pre-sales that he wanted to get. I'll give you a little bit of the backstory here in a second. But we're talking under 50 emails. Okay. And I'll tell you how he collected them. And then the emails that he sent, the order that he sent them, I'll give you all that. It was actually 8 emails that he sent. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be covering with you guys. But I really want you to understand that you don't need a big list, although I'm a fan of building a good size list as long as they're the right people. And over time, you're going to build a list and then you're going to trim it down and then you're going to build the list back up and you're going to trim it down. And you're constantly testing the warmth of the list. We talk a lot about warm list, cold list. And there's some cool things that you can do inside a ConvertKit to send to your cold list and all of that, but we're not going to get into that today. What I want to share with you is how simple and how fast you can build a list, number one. But secondly, if you want to test a product idea, even if you don't have it available yet for sale, you can totally do it. And I've done it numerous times. Okay, so let's kind of dig into this first. I'm talking about here 32 emails. Now, you would say to yourself, like, Scott, 32 emails, like, it's not a lot of emails. Like, what are you going to do with 32 emails? So here's what happened, and then I'll kind of break it down. He built a list in about a week and a half to 32 email subscribers. No paid traffic. It was all organic. And behind the scenes a little bit, he's been building a YouTube channel. Again, maybe there's 1,000 subscribers that he's been working on for the past probably 8 months, 9 months, 1,000 subscribers. He's got one video that really kind of took off a little bit. I think there's over 30, 40,000 views on that, but the other videos are 500, 1,000 views. Some might get 2,000 or 3,000. So he said, you know what I'm going to do? I want to test this idea. I want to potentially sell this product that he's actually considering selling. And it's one that he's actually, I'm not going to give it away here. I probably will reveal this inside of the Brand Creators Academy, just because I want to keep it a little bit private because, well, it's my son and it's his little business that he's doing on the side here. So basically it's an item that he created to basically, how can I say this? It can basically take something and make it kind of like new again. So it's kind of like taking jewelry, if you had jewelry, and putting it into this box and then being able to put a solution on it, and then it's going to make it new again. Kind of like that, just so you get the idea. So it's a physical product that he was able to find the pieces to, and then from there, offer it for sale without ever buying the stuff other than one of these items. And his goal was, I want to sell between 5 and 10, depending on how big the list is that he has at the time. And he's like, I want to do this in like the next 2 weeks. And I'm like, that's kind of a small amount of time, but it's doable. I'm not saying it's not doable. And so he's like, well, I'm just going to shoot a video, put it up on my YouTube channel, and I'll just tell people I'm going to be offering this thing. If I get enough people to buy it, I'll go ahead and create them. That was kind of like the gist. So he put the video out, and again, it's a YouTube channel, small. I think he's got maybe a couple hundred views on it right now, maybe 300 views at most. And posted it about a week and a half ago. And he just basically said, go to this link if you're interested and get on the early list for this thing. And so I think first day he might've had 6 email subscribers and he was stoked. He's like, oh man, this is awesome. I got 6 subscribers. I'm like, that's awesome. Next day he had another 5. Next day he might've had 4. Next day he might've had 8. Bottom line is he ended up with like 32 email subscribers in that short window of time. 32 email subscribers. He set up a ConvertKit account, a free account, by the way. So again, when I tell you guys that you can do this on a shoestring budget, you totally can. And if you guys are interested in trying ConvertKit for free, you can go to brandcreators.com/ConvertKit. And yes, that is a shameless plug for ConvertKit. I'm a big fan and I use it. And heck, my 23-year-old son uses it as well. Actually, my 26-year-old daughter uses it for her business as well. Anyway, back on track here. So he did this for, I believe it was, like I said, like a week, give or take. And as he was building this, I mean, he might only had in the first email he sent, might have had 11 people on it. And he sent a broadcast message out to these people saying, I'm still not sure the date that I'm going to release this, but you already saw the item because I did the video on it. If you're really serious about grabbing one, be ready. And I think he said he was only going to make 10 of them. So he kind of limited it, gave it a little bit of scarcity. And he said, so it's going to be first come, first serve. And so the emails that he sent out was really letting people know that something is coming, right? So the email, the video that he shot was like, hey, this thing's coming. This is what I'm considering doing. It's kind of like doing a Kickstarter, but on a very small scale. So the next email that he sent out was a reminder email. And that was like the next day. Hey, just an update. It's been going great. I've had really good response, feedback. Actually, one guy did a little funny story here. One guy messaged him and said, I can't wait for this. I'm going to buy 3 of them. And I said, wait a minute, time out, son. Don't get excited. I've had people that tell me just by putting in their email address, they're going to buy something and then never buy it. So the way that you truly get them to vote is with their credit card. So he's like, yeah, I know. But I mean, he seemed really anxious. He seemed really interested. I go, I know what you're saying, but let's just wait and see on launch day if he actually does that. Because I've fallen into that trap of getting excited and then being like, oh, wow, like why didn't 75 people said they were going to buy and only 50 bought? Why? What happened to the other 75? Or what happened to the other 25? So that's happened to me numerous times. That's why I'll get the pulse by getting a wait list. And then when it actually comes to putting in the credit card, that's when I get the real test. Okay. So anyway, so he sends out, let's see, first email, kind of it's, what's coming, a little bit of behind the scenes, maybe a couple more pictures of it. And then the next email, the second email the following day was a reminder and an update. And then the third email was the actual date that it's going to be released. Okay, the time, and then price anchoring. So let me talk about price anchoring real quick. These people didn't know how much it was going to cost. And my son's like, I don't know if they're going to pay $100 for it. They might pay $75. I know they'll pay $50. And I'm like, but you can't say that you're going to just offer it for $50 and call it at that. What you want to do is you want to let them know that it could be $100, it could be $75. But if they get it for $50, it's a deal, right? So we always want to price anchor, okay? And so what I had him do, and this was after he'd already started this whole thing and started writing, and I'm like, you could have came to me. I would have given you some advice. He goes, I know, but I figured, I heard enough from you, and I listened to your podcast because he does some of the work for me on getting stuff uploaded and stuff like that. So he's like, I kind of know enough about this just being, brought up in this environment. And he goes, and I go, but wait a minute, before you go and keep writing these emails, I want you to make sure that you finish this thing the right way and send enough emails. And so the price anchoring thing, he wasn't going to do because he didn't really understand that at first until I explained it. I said, what I want you to do is tell people that you're going to try to make this thing as affordable as possible, just so you can get it into their hands to get feedback on it. Now, you guys have heard me do this before. I've done it with ebooks. I've done it with programs. I've done it with physical products. Okay. So when you are doing this, you want to let them know that you're doing this as a special to the pre-release because you want to get feedback. Okay. Really important. Just let them know. I want to get feedback, and that's why I'm going to give you a really, really great deal, okay, for anyone that jumps in early. So to price anchor, I had him say, and just to let you know, this will be less than $100, and it might even be less than $75. So basically right away, I'm throwing $100 so they see it. They go, oh, good. It's not going to be 175. It might be, but it sounds like it's not going to be good. And then when you reveal the price the day before the launch, $50 seems cheap, right? So see how we price anchored that? So that's something I've learned over the years, and it's something that you can do subtly, but yet as you're anchoring that, then it's a deal because now you're not really charging that. You will, but you're just not charging it for the early birds. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's where you're going to give the date and you're going to price anchor. Okay. And that's what he did. Then the next email was launch day. Okay. And the launch day was, hey, today's the big day. It's officially released. Okay. Now, a lot of people think that you have to have a lot of software to make all of this happen, right? You need an email provider. Yes, use ConvertKit. You can use the free version or the paid version. And then to actually collect money, you can actually use ConvertKit as well. Or because this was a physical product and you wanted to be able to get people to use a merchant. I told him you could just use a PayPal button, but he's like, you know what? Why don't I just put it up on Etsy? Because I have an Etsy shop. I sell stuff on Etsy. Why don't I just put it there and then they'll take care of it and it'll be live on Etsy. And then eventually I could start getting traffic from Etsy. I'm like, perfect. I like that idea. So if you do have something that could be sold through Etsy, that might be a good vehicle. Okay. But anyway, so that's what he did. So he could create a way for people to pay him. Okay. And he was able to put up 10, right? 10 are available. So made it live. And then he went ahead and sent that email. And I think immediately he had sold 3. Okay. Now they were not from that same guy. And I still have not found out 100% if that guy bought. I do not believe he did. And that's why my point that I had made was so true, because you never know if someone's actually going to buy until they buy. It's just the way it goes. Okay. So the first day, I believe he sold 3, maybe 4. And then after that, which was really interesting, is inside of Etsy, it'll show you how many people have it in their carts. And at that time, there was 8 people that still had it in their cart, which was kind of crazy, right? So they're interested. They just haven't pulled the trigger to buy, but they added it to their cart. So that was launch day. I think he ended with 4 that day, maybe 3, maybe 4. Then the next day, he sent a reminder email. It might have picked up 1 more. And then the final day was he sent 3 emails. And he was ending it at like noon. So he sent one out at like 7 a.m., a final day reminder, like in the morning, like final day. And then the second one was like at 10 o'clock in the morning. So 2 hours later, reminder of the deadline. And then an hour before, last call. And to some people, that seems like a lot of emails. It is, but these people signed up to be notified about this. So why not? Right? They are obviously interested. They obviously raised their hand. So we have permission to email them, right? And so the ending number was 6 sales. He didn't get his 10. He did get his 5, but he got 6 sold on a list of just 32 email subscribers from organic traffic, by the way. Okay. Sent 8 emails, 6 sold. Okay. So 19% conversion rate. Now, I've been doing this a long time. When you can convert at 5%, you're doing great. 19%, I think he might have hit on something. So now what he will do is most likely take that video and then drive it over to a page that says, hey, sorry you missed the pre-launch. Here's, or get on the list to be notified when they're available publicly, like something like that. And he can continually build that list now. Or he could switch it over to, hey, you missed the pre-launch, but now they're available. Get a 10% off coupon or a 20% off coupon. Enter your email address here. So he can still collect emails and then still sell that product. Okay. But I wanted to share this simple, super simple email launch plan to test product ideas Again, this can be done at scale. I'm going to give you another example, actually 2 examples of how we've used this. So when we were building, well, it's been over 3 years now, we started a new brand. I started it with my business partner, my ex-business partner now, and we built this business basically with an email list first, before we even had a blog, before we even had a product available on Amazon. At the time, I was selling the products on Amazon. And so what we did is we had a product that was being made, and I wanted to build a launch list. So we built a list using the giveaway method, and we built the list up to about 5,000 people, okay? And we did that over about 30 days. And then once our product was here and landed, we sent out, what was it? I think it was 5 emails over 5 days, and we sold 187 of our product at $18. So just over $3,200, I think it was. So 5,000 emails. We sent 5 different emails over 5 days talking about this product release, and we sold 187 units. And we did that multiple times in that brand. That brand went on to do over $1 million with the sale of the business, the money that we generated from the business, a 7-figure, and I'm talking net. So that business was fueled by email as far as launching those products. And then obviously we kind of spiked the algorithm and stuff in Amazon and that whole thing. Another example of email was when I first started my podcast. I was building a list, a very small list at the time. I believe it was under 2,000 people. And then I was able to send an email and get people to register for one of my very first workshops. Actually, it was the first workshop that I did. It was a webinar/workshop. 567 people showed up. Out of those 567 people, I sold 25 spots to a program, and I limited it to 25. I could have sold more. I sold 25 in less than 2 minutes of when I announced it. And we sold before we ever created, which was then Private Label Classroom, never even created a training video for that training. We just said, we're going to do it if we have enough interest. And we generated $12,425 in pre-sales before we ever created the course. Okay, 567 people, sold 25 in less than 2 minutes of announcing it, and generated $12,425 in pre-sales. Okay, and then that went on to do 7-figure plus from that, not just that list, but that process. All right, and so I'm sharing this with you because yes, having a big email list is nice, right? But you don't need a massive email list. I'm going to be sharing more in depth on our upcoming workshop. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, you're listening to this before July 15th through the 20th, head on over to brandcreators.com/workshop. If you are listening to this after the fact, then you can still go to brandcreators.com/workshop, and there may be an additional workshop that we're going to be doing. We're thinking about doing more of these workshops on email list building, but we are testing this just like I'm sharing with you here right now. So we're going to be sharing how we built a list of 9,332 subscribers in a very weird niche, how we did it, and how simple it can be. All right. And it's the exact same process that we use every single time in a new brand. And it just really allows us to collect emails quickly of our target market. So this way here we have a base. Now, again, I've built lists using the same model to 500 subscribers in 14 days. It just depends on the market. It also depends on what you are using as a lead magnet, and all of that stuff does matter. But as I've proven here today, you can have a list of 32 email subscribers and sell some product. It doesn't have to be massive. All right. So hopefully this has helped you, inspired you to build an email list. It's the one thing, and I kind of go back to this over and over and over again. If I go back even 15 years from now or ago, like our first email list, I built with a fishbowl. And what I mean by that is I call it the fishbowl method. is where my wife and I rented out a booth at our kids. They were having a fundraiser for school, and they were having a gala, and we had a photography studio at the time, so we wanted photography clients. And so what we did is we set up a little booth showing people some of our work, pictures and stuff, big portraits. And then we said, hey, do you want to win a free session worth $199? All you need to do is put your name and email address, drop it in there, fold it, put it in the fishbowl. And at the end of the night, we're going to pick one winner, and they're going to win $199. The thing is, these people that were putting their name in there, they obviously wanted that. That means that they had kids and they want pictures taken of their kids, right? And we did that, built that list of about 50 people. And that 50-person email list went on for years to continually bring those clients back year after year. And we were able to pre-sell our holiday sessions a lot of times in July for December. So email works. And from there, I was able to build multiple lists in other niches and my online photography business and just all of the stuff that I've ever done. It always comes down to, how do I build a list? Being able, it doesn't mean you absolutely have to, but you do need a way to communicate with your people. And email to me has been the number one way. All right. So hopefully this has helped you. Like I said, if you want to be part of one of these coffee talks, I'm actually doing this live. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you're not hearing it live, but if you want to be there live, head on over to takeactioncrew.com and you can watch some of the past ones there and also get on our Coffee Talk Crew list. All right. Yes, that means I'm building an email list for people that are interested in this and these topics through takeactioncrew.com. I practice what I preach. I do. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. Take care. Take action. Have an awesome, amazing day. And I'll see you in the next episode. Cut. All right, guys. Let's see. Alejandro. What up, Professor? The professor is keeping it real. Yes, I am. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to jump. Will there be a replay available for the workshop, or at least wanted to buy what was going to be available? Yeah, Alejandro, there should be a replay, but I cannot guarantee that because I cannot control tech. I cannot control Zoom. I cannot control, we're going to use Webinar Jam, I think is what we're going to use. We've had very good luck, but we haven't used them in years. So I can't say for sure. But I will say that we're going to try. All right. We are going to try. And as far as the thing that we're going to be offering on the back end. So guys, and I'm upfront with you guys, right? I want to be able to go back to what we've done in the past, which has worked very well, which is help people for free. And then people that want to work closer later, there's an opportunity for that. And that happens during the workshop. And I mention that in my workshops. Whenever I'm doing a workshop and it's free, I always let people know that I'm going to also take a few minutes to walk you through our new program or our program. So yes. And will you be able to to get access to that, Alejandro? The answer is yes. As long as you register for the workshop, you will be notified if there's a replay and also of that special offer that we're going to be making. So yes, and it will have to do with email. So we've never offered it this way before. And I can't really say any more about that right now, but we haven't done it this way in a long time. Everything we've always kind of locked behind Brand Creators Academy. We're testing right here, right now, to see how we can help more people that don't want to be part of Brand Creators Academy, but need this additional training. So we're figuring out a way to make that happen and also allow us to not have a whole bunch of things that we have to manage on the other side. So that's what we're going to be doing. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back here Friday morning in this same location because that's when we're going to be leaving Friday afternoon. I think after she gets out of camp on Friday at like 4:30. So I'll be here. This is my office for the next week, and I'm going to be working on that workshop. That's where I kind of pulled out the fishbowl method. If you guys read my email this morning, I talked about the fishbowl method that I kind of just shared with you there. But I was going through the workshop slides and stuff that I was putting together, the material, and I started coming up with past ways that I used to build an email list that I still use today, and just the different examples of how email has really, really helped me. And that's why I'm going to continue to build lists. Not to mention, they're a great asset. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's going to wrap up this coffee talk. And hope you guys have an amazing day. And do me a favor. If you think someone would find value in what I just shared, go ahead and share this with them. All right. Just go ahead and click that share button, share it with whoever or a group or whatever. And that would be amazing. All right, guys. So have an awesome day. Take care. Take action. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.